The complete beginner's guide to the gym. You're about to waste 6 months at the gym, not because you skip workouts, not because you're not trying hard enough, but because 90% of your focus on the one thing that matters the least, and the two other things you actually don't give a fuck about. I'm going to give you the exact roadmap, sleep, nutrition, training, in the exact order of importance that nobody tells the beginners. No fluff. If you want to save one video in this channel, save this video. Here's the problem. Every beginner walk into the gym and think, if I train hard enough, I will build muscle. And that's the problem. Training hard enough is maybe 10% of the entire plan if you don't focus on your sleep and on your nutrition. I'm not saying that training is not important. I'm saying if you miss these two, the entire training process is barely count. Now, before we get in detail in these three topics, ask yourself these 5 questions. What do I want from the gym? What do you want? You want to lose fat, you want to build muscle, etc. Why do I want it? Why do you need to lose fat, for example? Is it for you, makes you happy, or for others? How bad do I want it? Are you willing to spend months, maybe years, to try and get your goal? By when do I want it? And be realistic in this kind. Don't say, I want abs in 1 week. Like, be realistic. 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. Will getting it actually make me happy? If you reach the goal, will you be happy, or will you just do like if you can't answer these 5 questions, you will quit in the first 6 weeks. Everyone who ever stuck with this long enough to change their body could answer all these 5 questions. Let's start with the part that nobody optimizes. Sleep. Why sleep is important? Sleep is based on 4 things and they are stacked up. 1. Better recovery. Your muscle repair while you're sleeping. They build up while you sleep. Better workouts. If you get sleep, you will have more strength in your workout and you will get more muscles, build more muscles in that process. Better energy. Show up in every aspect of your day, not just in the gym. Sharper mind. Improved strength, focus and motivation to keep you going. Now people think sleeping doesn't really matter in building your muscles or in losing fat. But it actually completely changes your body composition. Sleep makes fat loss easier. While you're sleeping, your body gets energized. It will refuel. It's basically like gas. If you don't sleep enough, your body will need more energy and you will tend to eat more and then you will gain fat. Sleep helps build muscle. Sleep deprives your body burns through muscles instead of fat when cutting. The best time to sleep is between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. but it doesn't really matter right now. It's not important for us. But if you want to sleep, pick a range between 7 and 9 hours per unit. But if you want to pick one number, if you want to do every day, pick 8 hours every single day. Treat it with the same discipline you're going to treat your workouts and your nutrition. Speaking of nutrition, now part 2, nutrition, the fuel and the foundation. Why nutrition is important, you ask? Fuel. Basically, you fuel every day. You fuel your body with food. You eat 4 meals per day. 2. Recovery and muscle growth. You don't build muscle in the gym. You actually break it in the gym and you come home and you build it up with your nutrition and your sleep. Body composition and health. Control whether you look lean or fat. Now, what should you actually do? There's 2 types of nutrition in the gym: bulk and cut. Bulk, there's a lean bulk. You count everything. You count your calories, you count your protein, you count everything, and you will gain muscles and you will gain weight, only muscles. Like, you don't gain fat. You will basically see your abs if you do a lean bulk. People think bulking is like, oh no, I'm getting fat. No. Dirty bulk, however, is you gain so much weight and so fast, but muscles and fat. And you will have to be and you will do, if you want abs, you will struggle because you need to have a cut phase. And now there are also 2 types of cuts. There are lean cut and a dirty cut. Lean cut is basically cutting in slow motion. So you pick 0.2 kg every week to lose, and you will do it for 6 months. However, dirty cut is like basically aggressive cut. You can lose, I personally lost 5 kgs in 24 days, but I also lost a lot of my muscles, and in the gym my workout started to feel I'm so fucking tired. So the best way to do it is lean bulk and lean cut. Yes, it will take time, but in the long run, it will be the best. The two numbers that actually matters, protein and calories. How much protein you should eat a day. Now, how you want to calculate is you time, if you multiply your body weights in kg times 1.6, between 1.6 and 2.2. Why? So basically, if you just go to the gym and work out and come home, 1.6. But if you go to the gym, do 10k steps a day, play basketball, go for a cycle, do push-ups at home, put 2.2. For me personally, I'm 83 kgs and I multiply it 1.8 because I go to the gym and I do 10k steps. So in between, if you want. 83 kgs times 1.8 equal 150 grams of protein every day. Now here's the part when people think that if you want to gain muscle, you have to eat that amount of protein. No, I mean if I ate today 70 grams of protein, I'm not gonna build muscles. That's completely wrong. And most people think if I'm not reaching that number, they will quit that. And most people think if I'm not reaching that number, they will quit. That's dumb. Now, how much calories should you eat? Should you take? Should you consume? Okay, so like we talked before, if you want to be in a calorie deficit, if you want to lose fat, you will need to be in calorie deficit, which means cut. And if you want to build muscle, you need to be in calorie surplus, which means bulk. And how to calculate your calories? Just go to ChatGPT, tell her your weight, your height, your weight, your age, what you do in your day, and will tell you the exact amount of calories that you need. And tell her tell him that you want to cut, and he will give you the exact calorie deficit that you need, whether you want to cut or bulk. Part 3, training. Why training is important? It's the whole point. If you sleep and eat right, the training will be the whole point. If you do those right. But if you don't sleep enough, you don't track what you eat, training will be barely enough. A lot of people ask what to actually train at the gym. I simply put it in 3 muscle groups. 1, your chest, 2, your back, 3, your legs. Basically, these 3 muscle groups, train each one of them twice per week. And you ask, what about my shoulders, biceps, triceps? Simply enough, while you do chest, do triceps and shoulders, and when you train back, train your biceps and forearms. And when you do legs, train your abs. The workout splits. So workout splits, you have to choose between, I chose these 4 because they are the most popular if you want. But realistically, you have to pick one based on how many days you can show up. So basically, push-pull legs, if you can show up 5 to 6 days a week. Arnold split, also if you can 5 to 6 times a day, per week, I mean. But it's more advanced and more volume. Upper lower if you only have 4 days a week, and full body if you have only 3 days a week. But mainly upper lower and full body are for athletes. Push-pull legs and Arnold split are mainly for power building and building muscles. A bit more deep, push-pull legs is more like a beginner's guide if you want. You hear a lot of people talking about push-pull legs. Arnold split, it's more advanced, it have more volume. And basically, because it have more volume, you're destroying your muscles more, so you need to eat more. So basically, if you can't eat 150 grams of protein a day, like we said before, just do push-pull legs. It will be more optimal. But in reality, there's no the most optimal workout split. I talked about this in my videos on Instagram and TikTok and my YouTube shorts. Just choose one of these workouts, and if you enjoy it, just do it. Because if you don't enjoy the workout, you will tend to quit. Take it as a video game. If you don't enjoy the video game, you will not play it. Exactly the same. How to train. Now these things are what will compound your workout. strengths if you want. Train close to failure. Every set, every rep, go to trainer. Go to failure. If you're not challenging the muscle in every rep, the muscle don't have a reason to grow, don't have a reason to build up. Progressive overload. Basically, every week add more weights, more reps, or more sets even. Basically, if you do a weight 12 reps, add the weight until you can do that weight 12 reps, and then increase the weight, and basically be in that loop. And target every week that you increase the weight, the reps, or the sets. Bring intensity. If you don't bring intensity, it will mean nothing. I'll give you an example. Samsulik says it all the time. If you train only if you only choose 2 exercises per muscle group, and you go to this exercise 2 sets per exercise, and if you go to like a fucking animal, training to failure, you will build more muscle than if you choose 5 exercises for your chest, for example, and you don't bring intensity into it. You will not build. Now that's that. And then next, enjoy the workout like we talked before. If you don't enjoy the workout, you will tend to quit. Now here's a cardio tip if you're trying to lose muscle. A lot of people think you have to run to lose muscle. No, science proven if you work 30 minutes every day after you work out at 3.5 speed, 15 incline, you will burn more calories than you run. I know it's hard to believe. At first I didn't believe it, but when I actually did it, I saw the difference. The most important part, tracking. If I had to pick the single most important habit to do, it is tracking. Track your weights, track your reps, what you eat, track how many times you go to the fucking bathroom, track how many times you drink, how much you drink. If you're not tracking, you're basically guessing. But let's be honest, you do a lot of exercise per week. How are you gonna remember in the incline bench what you did last time? You will not remember. Maybe you can remember the weights, but you will not remember how many reps you did for every single workout. Here is where it gets real, if you want. The truth about getting in shape. The first 3 months, you basically see fast and visible rewards. You will see your body changing, your weights increasing, your strength. After that, between 3 months and 6 months, the progress basically slow down. And lastly, basically no change. There's a time where between 6 months and 1 year, you basically see no results. But this time is the most important, because here is where actually most people quit. So basically in this 6 month span time, you will not see results. Your weight barely increase, your body barely change, because it's changing in a little bit, 1% every workout. So basically, there's a 180 days that you will not see a progress. But after that, you will look in the mirror and think, when did this happen? How did this happen? So just be consistent with your workout, disciplined, show up every day, and train to failure every single time. One last thing, should you get a coach? Honestly, not always, and not the right way. I mean, nowadays there are a lot of coaches that tell you do that and do this and do this and do that, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. I mean, I went to university to apply for to study physical education, and most of the people that went vape. I mean, how are you gonna train a student if you are vaping? That's not real. So if you want, you can go alone. I mean, you can train. It will take more time, yes. But if you follow this exact video, this exact roadmap that I built, there's basically you save up to 3 to 6 months easily. Now get a coach if you want faster results, if you want to skip the 3 to 6 months, if you want. And get a clear plan, structured plan for exact goal. The coach will plan the exact structure you need for your goals. So in this video we went through the 3 most important parts sleep, nutrition, training, in that order. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe. I'm doing later this week a video on each of them, deeply into every single topic. If you want to see them, comment what you want to see next, what you want to see first. And if you want a coach in your corner, apply for coaching, link in below.